Oh, let's go. Metro. Check it out. All right. 5.3. All right. Now, they do this all the time. They kind of implement something that's a bit of a catch-up mechanic, right? Something to help people get back in the game if they've been out of, out of the loop for a while. And this is the focus of this video, okay? 5.3 has implemented Dungeon2 set. All right. Classic gear that is no longer available in the game through its old means. You can also get it through the Dark Moon Fair, but it's just replica replica gear, and this is actual gear that is 489 eye level. All right, we're going to talk about how to get this, how to get all this stuff started. It's all to do with the Barrens, and then we're going to show it off at the end. All right, so in the description, or actually in the comments section, is going to be the time link to show off the sets if you want to just skip to that and see if you want to actually get this, and then you come back here and watch the guide if you actually don't know, or whatever hodgepodge of routes you want to take from there. But either way, 489 eye level, very, very doable for new characters. I'm going to show you exactly how it works, so let's get rocking. Thank you, Mr. Ace logo. Right, so as soon as you log in, I assume this is how it works. As soon as you log in with 5.3, you should have a quest called Winter is Coming. War is Coming. It's War is Coming. To speak with Lord Rocker Cho. Now, this is interesting. It says, as you enter the Vale, you see a rotund Pandaren trying to flag you down from the balcony above Mogusham Palace. It looks like Lord Walker Cho is trying to get your attention. You should investigate. Now, I don't see him up there, but one way or the other, that is obviously where you're going to head. The quest should make a lot of sense. You should have it automatically. I don't know why you wouldn't, but if not, you can just cut out the middleman. You don't even need this quest, and you'll just come right up here. It's right above Mogusham. So here's Mogusham. There's the Alliance City. And then right across from it is the Horde City. If for some reason you're not familiar, the Seat of Knowledge, I believe is what it's called, is where he's at. It's up here by the challenge mode, the mount and all that stuff. But just right in here, very easy to get to. And here he is right here. Now he's going to do a bit of lore that I'm not going to spoil. This is something you guys want to check out. But one way or the other, the quest is... he says, welcome, my friend. I am very glad that I was able to get your attention. Great deeds are at work that require a hero such as yourself. Yep. Obviously, one way or the other, he's going to give you two quests succinctly. The first one's going to be to complete the Blood in the Snow, and then second one after that is going to be complete Dark Heart of Pandaria. Now, these are obviously... Yeah, I don't want to spoil any of this for you guys. You come up here and check this out yourself. Very, very lore-heavy 5.3 stuff. It's awesome. Very well done. Check it out. Turn on sound and check it out yourself. Not going to spoil that. Anyway... The scenarios can be done essentially at any eye level. So if you're wondering what eye level you need to do this, you literally can just queue for them as normal. You don't have to do them on heroic. I believe it's like 425 eye level required for scenarios. It doesn't even need to be looked at. You have if you don't have 425 eye level, you are doing something wrong. I might have 425 eye level before you're even 86, But anyway, yeah, that's that. So come up here and get it done. Do those two scenarios, all right? Once you're done with those scenarios, well, this is the next part, obviously. So let me get in position first, shall we? All right, here we are. After you have completed the two scenarios, Cho is going to send you to Senjin Village, all right? The quest is going to take you there. On the way by, you should take a look at Razor Hill. Obviously, it's a lot different. I'm not going to sit here, but this guy here, although he doesn't look like he does anything, he has some pretty cool dialogue with some of the other NPCs in the area, including the troll over here that is left as the mage trainer. He's the only troll still in the town, I guess. But it's pretty interesting. It's worth checking out. I'm not going to sit here and make that part of the video, though. So that's another thing that you guys should check out before you go to Senjin Village, because you're about to unleash a myriad of events that are going to take that part out of the game, unfortunately. So I'm going to head to Senjin, and I will meet you there. We're here. Are you here yet? Are you here? All right, we'll give you... No, you should be here by now. Here is Senjin Village. Impossible to miss, and especially considering they are already... You can tell they are already preparing for war. So I believe this is the guy who actually turned the quest into... You shouldn't need a guy to figure that out, though. Just go to the exclamation point, or the question mark, and then everything starts, all right? So here we go. This is... There would be 3 people here if I had completed all this. Vol'jin... Thrall and Cho are going to be standing right in this area. There's going to be a guy stood here, All this is going to be different, all right? One way or the other, you're going to complete this part. This is the next step in the line. All right, once again, I don't want to do this on camera because it is very, very, very lore heavy, very, very important for the story. So if for some reason you haven't done this yet, obviously you haven't, or else you wouldn't be looking up this guide. Please just go do it for the love of Christ. It is so worth it. It's not even funny. This is some of the best stuff they have ever put in the game lore-wise, all right? One way or the other, there's going to be like Korkron or whatever they're called. Korkron are going to be attacking this little village. You're going to fucking kill all them. They're going to get their ass kicked. And then you're going to turn in a final quest, and it's going to be to march on Razor Hill. All right, so we're going to go ahead back up to Razor Hill, which is just north. We were just there. And then you're going to take that place over. Once again, more stuff that I don't want to spoil. A great little like cutscene thing. And once you've completed that, you are now done with all the prerequisite like lore stuff. All right, so I'm gonna meet you back there after you've completed that. So go ahead, if you gotta pause the video, finish it up, and we'll see you there. And now we're back at Razor Hill. Hopefully you are as well. I have switched to a tune that has completed this, so you can see exactly what it's gonna look like after you're done to make sure that you've done the right things. Obviously, it's not too difficult, but here is the Dark Spear little flag there to prove that it's complete. And now this is what this little tower is gonna look like. Don't forget, this tower is just a bit north of the main group of buildings in Razor Hill, and you're going to see some interesting characters here. Now, this is very, very, very lore intensive. Like I said, shouldn't be any spoilers seeing all this, but you really, really should be doing this stuff yourself either way. And these guys are going to be fundamental parts. Now, I don't believe vol'jin has any quest for us at the time, but Chen is going to have a quest for us to go visit the last Pandaren Emperor. That's not part of this video, but that does award 502 boots. All right, so once again, if we're talking about this at the end, but if you're a brand new character, there are very, very easy ways to level up gear, to gear up basically right off the bat with all this stuff. And then this guy here, Kata Arrow Tusk, is going to have a weekly quest for you. Now, this weekly quest is going to be very, very, this is going to be fundamental to the goal, all right? You're going to get it, and it's going to grant you 1 radical mojo upon completion. It's going to be 150 of each resource. Now, those resources can be found in the Barrens itself. There's various objects, Korkron commanders, overturned carts, okay, just actual mobs that you can kill that can drop them. I'm going to go over there and show you that a bit. We'll talk about how it is, how there's some options to bend the rules a bit. Get it done a bit easier, but one way or the other, you have to complete that weekly, okay? And then you're going to get that Radical Mojo is going to allow you to fuse one of these latent Korkron items with the Radical Mojo to create an item that is specifically useful for your class specialization. Try to say that 5 times fast. But anyway, you could buy those items here, okay? Or they also can drop, and we'll talk about that as well towards the end of the video. But for right now, I'm going to go over to the area and talk a bit about the area and how you should approach it as likely a very, very new character in this world. All right, now you're at the Barrens. You have the weekly quest, and you're thinking, wow, these guys have a lot of health. Look at that. That is a lot of health, right? 4 million health. Yeah, it's not that big of a deal, but you're likely only going to be doing about 20k DPS if you've just hit 90 and you're looking to get some of this gear. So let's talk about ease of access and whether or not this is feasible. Now, if you really, really want to grind and take your time, it's very feasible, all right? As long as you pull one at a time, any spec can do it easily. They're level 90 mobs. They're not going to destroy you, but there are a lot of mobs here. Now, this is at the oil one. And you're going to see here there's Pats. You see those guys there. That guy there is a Pat. Look at that. I've already aggroed like 7 things. So, it could be pretty dangerous. And I'm not going to lie to you. I've done this on this character and my mage who are both fresh 90s. And it's very, very difficult to do. So, what I would recommend is following a few tips that are going to make this a lot easier for you. All right. Now, first of all, there's going to be a thing called overturned carts. All right. Now, I want to preface this by saying that Blizzard has already acknowledged that this is a bit broken. I don't know how. You see, look at the screen right now. You see that? Like, it's spamming it. What is that? Why is that happening? I don't have any idea, and I don't know. It's obviously not intended because they're not on the map anywhere. There is like ton of. You look at that dude. Just says, "Where are these shipments?" It's a bug. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if it has something to do with like cross realm stuff. Look at this. It's just spamming it. It's ridiculous. But that is not true. That there is not one every second. And I don't know if it's intended to be that quick or if it's broken or what. But either way, when it does appear, you're going to see it on your map. All right. Now, I could sit here all day and wait for one of these, but it's not that common. All right. One way or the other, you'll see it on your map. You know what the commanders look like. Let's go ahead and maximize the map, right? So these are what the commanders look like, and it's going to be something a bit different than that, but it's not going to be one of the carts going down these roads. So you'll see it. Just keep your map open. I like to try to quest like this, while you're grinding mobs, just turn on music and keep the map open, because when one appears, you want to get to it. All right, that is step one. Get to the overturned carts as quick as possible. If you're on a popular realm, it might not be worth going to them if they're all the way like across the zone. But if you're on a lower pop realm or it's very late at night or something like that, this is not cross realm. So, play your realm like you got to play it. But for a low pop realm, not a lot of people on it at one time, this is the way you want to do it. Focus on that. Now, on a higher pop realm, tons of people, playing in this area all the time. I'm going to show you exactly what you want to do. All right, I'm going to head there first. All right, these guys got a lot of health. These are Korkron commanders. All right, once again, maximize the map. You'll see here I am hovering right over it. Korkron commander. There's one up there by the Forgotten Pools as well. Very, very distinguishable on the map. You shouldn't need any help finding these past what I'm showing you right now. But if there is a lot of people, okay, on your realm doing this constantly, these guys are always going to be farmed because they drop a plethora of all 4 resources in varying degrees as well. Sometimes you get up to like 40 of one of the resources. So this is the way to do it. All right, now you don't even have to be in a group. You don't have to be, there's no social interaction. You could try to force a group together. It's definitely an option if you're on a realm that's medium pop like ours, and hey, there might be a few people out here. So let's say, hey, is there 4 or 5 people out here that want to help kill these? It's worth it. All right, but 2 or 3 people, don't bother because they have so much health. It'd be better for you guys to just go farm the oil or stuff elsewhere if you have 2 or 3 people. But if you got 5 plus, kill these guys and you're going to fucking reap the rewards. The brilliant part about it is there is no faction tag on them. So if Alliance tag them, Horde can get the loot as well. So perhaps there's a lot of Alliance on your realm, and you're kind of screwed as Horde. You're worried about that. Don't worry about it. Just get in there, do some damage, and even if you die, let them clear out. Just stay dead, play dead, and let them clear out, and you'll be able to get the loot after they clear out, and then you can go meet them at the next one. Rinse and repeat. I wouldn't say it's leeching, but I mean it really is. Even if you're not actually helping, you could still get loot, and this is definitely the fastest way to do it. As I said, like 430 eye level character that you probably are, fresh 90. Yeah, you're gonna struggle to do that otherwise. So remember, low pop realm, nobody doing this, can't force a group together. Then wait for the carts, farm mobs. Otherwise, latch on to people doing these groups and get this shit done as mad quick. There's also gonna be caravans being escorted. I would not recommend wasting your time with this, mostly because it gives a decent amount, but it would give more if you actually killed the mobs that are following the cart. And let me tell you why that's an issue. Because if you kill the mobs following the cart, say you're by yourself, all right, you're going to be able to kill every one of them. You're going to have a tag on every one of them. Unless you're in a group, obviously things will be different then. But if you're by yourself and there's nobody else helping you, you'll be able to tag every one of them. They have a lot of health and they constantly move no matter what you do. You could stun them and root them, but as a melee, it really sucks to have to kill these. So it's better to do them in a group. But it's not always worth trying to find a group because the carts move fast. So oftentimes people just kind of go there and kill them. But it's not worth the time because you have flown down there and the mobs, you're not going to be able to tag all the mobs. So unless you can try, but you're not going to get as much loot because those mobs drop a good amount of loot as well. So it's only worth it if you can kill the mobs mad quick. You're a beastly DPS. You could stun them, slow them, and then you get the cart reward as well. Then it's probably worth it. But otherwise, I'd recommend the commanders and the other stuff. There's the cart right there. So you'll see what that looks like on the main map right there. Barren's Caravan. Anyway, that's the way to bend the rules a bit. One way or the other, you have to complete the quest. You get the Radical Mojo, and you're going to turn it in for the latent gear. Now, let's look at it this way. I have one of every piece in my inventory on my warrior already. Like, what? Huh? I didn't do anything except grind mobs. So they're not that hard to get. They could also be sold on the auction house. So if you're looking for a very specific piece, you can pick it up there. One way or the other, they're all Dungeon2 set replicas, so we're going to show that off very shortly. But before we get there, I would like to remind everybody of something. This is a limited time thing. Okay, it's confirmed that when 5.4 comes out, this is being removed. So this stuff and the other stuff at the vendor that I showed you previous is going to be removed. There's a pet, there's some cosmetic items, stuff like that. I would recommend picking it up. But that's not the focus of this video. So just remember, if you're considering this, this is a limited time. You can get the replica gear from the Dark Moon Fair, but that's as much of a pain in the ass as this is. So you might as well do this and actually get $4.89. Now we're going to take a break. I got to set up stuff. I'm going to show you the actual gear so you could figure out if this is something that you want to get. All right, but remember, Fresh 90 can't get in the LFRs. Old options, we're doing dailies for $4.89 every day until Exalted. Took weeks. You know what I mean? It's just, it was impossible. And you only get like 1 or 2 pieces a week at max. Now you could do 1 weekly quest, essentially latch on to other people doing it, get 502 boots from the Chen quest, and you got a $4.89 piece easily in less than a day. Easy. Overall quicker. And if you do these tricks, even alone, you can get this done in less than a few hours for an entire little weekly quest. No eye level requirement. So let's cut it out. All right. You know what? Now it's time to look at the actual sets. I'm going to talk about each set, and if you want them, you know, this is your choice to make. But once again, I remind you that these are limited time. 2 of these actually are limited time. These will never, you'll never be able to attain these again. I assume so anyway. I don't know if it's worth it or not, but this is 2 Dungeon2 set, the second set of Dungeon set gear that was available in Classic. How many years back? You actually used to upgrade the Dungeon 1 set, which dropped in the dungeons, do a bunch of like quest bullshit, and then you get these gears. But this is one of the ones that is been added for this. This is a monk armor. Now this is this is terrible. I don't know what this is supposed to be. I mean, the legs, everything below the belt is terrible. I don't know why they would have even wasted their time making this, but I guess the shoulder is kind of cool if you're looking for that type of like boiled leather shoulder. The chest, it looks alright as well, but the helm and everything below the belt is no, I don't like this set. But whatever, they had to add it, so they did. Next up is Rogue. Now this is Shadowcraft, I believe, is what the original set is called. Very iconic set. They use this like double shoulder thing, kind of look like a butterfly almost, but this is a great set. I absolutely love this, and if I had a Rogue, I would be getting it. So I would recommend you guys check it out as well. Next up is the Mage Arcanist set, I believe is what it used to be called. Anyway, this is a very, very cool set. I like the robe. I like the shoulders a bit. The helm is cool. I'm going to be getting this set on my Mage. No doubt, no question about it, getting the full set. This is the Death Knight set. Now, I don't believe that this actual skin and color were in the game ever, but it's meant to look like the starter gear, which I believe was just blue. This is blue and goldish. Got a little bit of dark blue, light blue. I love this set, and I would get the hell out of it. I might still get it, I don't know, but I have a wicked Transmog set on my DK that I can't ever see not using, so might be worth getting just because it's limited time, but I'm probably never going to use it because that Transmog set I have is just the best ever. Anyway, this is the coolest fucking set ever. This is the Warrior. It might have been Valor, I think it might have been called. Anyway, this is awesome. The coolest set ever. This was when Classic came out, Warriors were the only tanks. All right, you couldn't tank as a Paladin or a Druid. It just wasn't doable. These were the Warriors. When you saw Warriors with this shit on, you knew that these guys were badass motherfuckers. And this was, you know, when MC was out, no BWL, you know, no further raids, no Onyxia, nothing like that. If you saw a dude walking around with a full set of this, they were legit, because it meant that they were running dungeons, doing quests constantly, playing the game a lot, and the raids were still very difficult to actually organize because 40 people was just nuts back then. But anyway, this is the set. This is nostalgia driven. I am getting every piece of this set on my Warrior that I barely even play just to fucking have, and I would really recommend you do the same because it looks awesome. It's definitely the coolest looking one. This is Druid. Pieces of this set are still available in the game, although I don't believe this color is available. The chest, I guess it's the chest, whatever the robe is. I really like the color scheme. I don't remember it being this vibrant. maybe they made some alterations to it, but either way, it's pretty cool looking. But it's a fucking druid. Like, when are you ever in this stance? I guess maybe a healer, but with the tree form glyph, I'm not even gonna waste my time getting this. And then this is the Dreadmist, I believe it's called. It is very, very well done. I like the gloves, the robe, but again, you can get a set very, very similar. The Dungeon 1 is the purple one that you see all your fucking heirlooms look like. So it's whatever. If you really like the coloration, I really like the gloves and the shoulders because of the coloration, but it's literally the same thing as the heirloom. So yes, if it's worth it for you, go get it. And this is probably the second coolest one in my opinion. I love the color scheme. I love the yellow on the top. I love the helm. I love the shoulders, how the shoulders drape down. It's awesome. I really do like it. This is for priests. I can't remember what this one's called, but either way, we'll be getting it. I think it's strange. I don't remember the hands missing, the gloves missing fingers, but this picture appears to indicate so. Anyway, definitely going to be getting a full set of this at some point as well. Might start that this evening. And Light Forge, if I remember correctly, is what this one's called. Soul Forge, maybe actually. The other one might be Light Forge, the yellow one. This is pretty fucking cool looking. It's the Paladin, purple. Yeah, the helm is kind of lame. I don't know. I don't like the helm at all. But the shoulders, that's the only type of. You're not going to find shoulders like that elsewhere in the game right now. So, might be worth it, might not, depending on if you like it. The helm's kind of been used out. There's other helms like that in BC and stuff. So, and then the chest piece is pretty intricate, but Paladin sets, there's a lot of. There's way better Paladin sets, so I'm not going to waste my time with this one. This is Hunter. This is a pretty iconic set as well. The shoulders and the helm, I guess, but it's just too. It's too dated. There are very, very, very good Hunter sets, and this is not one of them. So I don't preferably enjoy this one. But then the Shaman, it's almost the same helm, but it makes a lot more sense on the Shaman set. And they got the shoulders, which you probably have seen. I believe this is the male intellect. What's it called? Fucking heirloom gear. So it's up to you if you guys want this stuff. But I'm telling you right now, the warrior one. I'm gonna go back there. The warrior one is that good. It really is. Like, how awesome is that set? The original one, which I think might have been Valor. This might be called something else. But anyway, the original one is. It's just gray and yellow, so it looks all right. It looks pretty good on a warrior overall if you had the full set. But this is so much fucking cooler looking. And anybody who sees you with this, they're immediately going to recognize the set. You know what I mean? This was the best set ever, man. Before actual tier gear, you were a fucking badass. This means you were a main tank of a guild. And that was not something that could be said, randomly back then. So, anyway, hope you enjoyed. Video's kind of long. Use the description if you need any help or let you leave a comment. I'll answer any questions you have. But Dungeon2, 489 gear. Very, very good way to gear up. Limited time only. So come out there and check out the lore as well. It's exceptional. It truly is.